I was selling a lot of cocaine, and I went sober for October. Yeah, I raised £500 for Macmillan Cancer because at the time my dad was dying of cancer. I got myself into a lot of trouble while being sober with someone. I don't really want to say too much about that.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting arrested, and I got caught with a load of cocaine. And in 2015, on the 3rd of June, my dad passed away. And then I got sentenced to 2.5 years in prison on the 8th of July. And while I was in prison, I'd done a course in the Mount called the RAPT course. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No.
It's called the Rehabilitation for Prisoners Trust. And it's like AA, so you do the 12 steps.
Right.
You know, and you sit in a room like this now, like we are talking, but everyone else is a prisoner and you're in with, you know, workers from the prison. I've done 4 months in that room. After 4 months, I've become a peer supporter. I learnt a lot, you know, about addiction, you know, trying to build amends with people that you've upset, keep your side of the street clean. You know, there's 2 sides to the street, and if someone else doesn't accept that, then that's not your problem. Don't let that use that, you know. You know, every day keep yourself clean, you know. Today, you know.
Yeah.
And
every day's a new day.
yeah, you know, and I learnt a lot, and I've become a peer supporter, and I was helping people, you know, that couldn't read or write, and it made me feel good, you know. They come into my cell, can you help me with my step work?
Yeah.
And I'm doing bullet points, you know, and then I'm sitting next to them, and they've got to read it out to the class, and I'm like, boom, 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 we've got to do their food menu, and I'm doing that for them, you know, and when I was in jail, it made me feel good. I come out.
That give you a purpose, Gav, didn't it?
Yeah.
Whilst you're in prison, it give you a purpose.
Yeah, and then when I come out of prison, I went straight to the drink the first day. Boom.
What? So the very first day you
I
come
thought
out?
I can have a beer. I've done 15 months in jail. I can have 1 beer. I'll be all right. I've got the tools to be sober.
Yeah.
1 beer. The next, you know, I was boom. You know, I was acting like a dickhead, upsetting very close friends and family and stuff, you know, and within a weekend of getting out, I was a dickhead, you know, but then people stood by me because they love me and they understand the addiction that I've got. But still, to this day, I know that I've got them tools still, you know, they're still there.
So if you needed them?
Yeah, and I know, you know, like they're there, you know, like sometimes I go and read my step work. I go back to the books and I read through, you know, who I've upset, who I've done, you know, consequences of what I've done and this and that. And it's not easy sometimes, you know, you sit there and cry sometimes and think you're alone, but you're not, you know, sometimes you've got good people around you.